Hi, and welcome back to Breaking Through with Lisa Nichols. And I'm your host, Lisa Nichols. So excited about our guest today, Amirah Ansaar. I cannot wait to just dive into the deliciousness of you. So first question. Tell me a little bit about your background and what got you started and what launched you into doing what you do.
Oh, thank you so much, Lisa. This is such a pleasure. I've spent over 30 years, well, I actually invested over 30 years
Yes.
in bridging together two worlds, the world of technology through the precision and innovation, and also the world of holistic wellness to that human experience that, we all have. And so it was in, bridging those two worlds together that just allowed me to figure out ways to bring that to life and to empower all of those that I touch and how to bring the aerospace engineering and the cybersecurity experience that I had into a holistic wellness perspective.
That's cybersecurity and holistic wellness. Rarely do you hear those two statements in the same sentence.
Exactly.
So tell me, let's talk about your mission and how you apply all of that to how you're serving your clients.
Yeah. So my mission is in the tagline. It's the sacred code to wellness.
Okay.
So when we think about it from that perspective, it's how do we allow for folks to focus on their mental clarity, get out of the distraction of what technology can bring, because it can be very disruptive. It can be very distracting. It can be very depleting. So we want to be able to take technology and allow it to work for the human good. So to heal instead of harm. So we're not getting into the infinite scrolling or what they call the doom scrolling when you're just scrolling and scrolling. So how can you make the technology work for you? And technology should be able to partner with our human experiences and allow us to level up instead of the dumbing down or the human downgrade, like they're calling it, that technology has kind of brought into existence.
I love this. So to level up versus human down?
Human downgrading.
Human downgrading. Wow, I'm learning so many new words right now. Tell me, when you look at that's the human experience and the technology experience are two huge experiences. Tell me, what was some of the biggest challenges you've had, or the biggest challenge you've had in launching and starting a company like this and starting your business?
Yeah, so the main challenge I think that I had was taking all of this skills and knowledge that I have and bringing it into one centralized message. Because like you're mentioning, you think tech and you think health and wellness and you're like, wait a minute, how do those merge? But really, in the society that we are in today, they have to merge. Everyone is walking around with technology in their pocket. Technology that when I was coming up, again, I've been in this industry for over 30 years, starting in aerospace engineering and going into cybersecurity, there was not even a thought of, everyone having a technology in your pocket. I know that there was the expression to have a computer in every home, right? And now there's one in every pocket. So that's exponential. And so, but what we want to do is we want to make sure that there is a balance, that there's a ma'at there that allows for that technology to allow us to heal and to level up. Because what happens is, depending on how the technology is rolled out, how it's marketed, and how it is actually used, it can really cause a human downgrade. And we've noticed that in mental health issues with teens. Things along those lines where the social media, and now with the onset of AI, there was a time when our cars did not require us to utilize a seatbelt. But now we utilize seatbelts. They're the part of the laws, and it is something that we have to do in order to keep everyone safe. And technology is the same way.
We need to find our seatbelt.
We need to find our seatbelt. It just cannot go like just unattended in the
Wild, Wild West.
So we actually have to do things intentionally to just make sure that it remains safe and that it remains healing and that it can help humans be better humans and not necessarily cause the harm that we've actually seen.
And this is what your company does.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you, so you said your biggest challenge was consolidating all that you have in the health and wellness and in technology, putting it together to create one succinct system or one service or multiple services that are very clear. Tell me, what was a big breakthrough moment for you in your company?
I think a big breakthrough moment was when I created the Personal Technical Wellness series.
Okay,
And
say that again.
The Personal Technical Wellness series. So the Personal Technical Wellness series, it takes individuals into a deep dive of not only their mental health, their spiritual health, their physical health, but also your digital health, right? How do you...
Digital health. Oh my God, I just love how you have collided the two worlds that live together. Anyway, okay, keep going. Digital health.
So your digital health. So again, that is allowing folks to really harness who they are, because again, that goes back into just kind of where we've ebbed and flowed to as humanity, just in the modern life, just the digital overload that we have, that is just like, we're inundated with all of these things, and there really isn't a rule book of how much should you take in.
Wild West.
Yeah, you can infinitely scroll. There's no stop. There's no bumper that says, oh, you've been on here for 5 minutes. You've been on here for 15. You might want to get up and check on the kids.
Stretch your thumbs, stretch your legs, go look outside, get some air.
That part. So again, it goes back to how we didn't used to have seatbelts.
Yeah.
So we have to start implementing some of those things in there to keep it safer for us. And so with the digital health, it's just taking in things from that perspective. Not only that, but your privacy online.
I so love this. Let me just ask you, I don't know of any competitors that to what you do, because I have never heard any of this before, which makes me so excited, because there wasn't a need for digital health 30 years ago.
Right.
We didn't have this. And so you are an evolutionary business that speaks to the time that we're in, which is very exciting. And so let's say there are competitors out there. I don't know them. This is a first for me, but what sets you apart from your competitors, if you have any, which I think we all have someone or something. What sets you apart from the competitors in your industry?
I think what sets me apart mostly is the fact that, I don't just teach you how to meditate. I am a systems builder for humanity to thrive. That is my core. I want everyone to be able to just really be able to just thrive in their lives, from, physical, mental, spiritual, and like I said, digital as well, because it's such a part of our life. It's integrated in our lives so much that we really do need to have that as a focus.
So when you look at what sets you apart, you are the USP, the unique serving proposition.
Ashe.
You are that, and and your experience and vast mastery in both areas, both human wellness and in technology, collided together. So I love that. Now, what's some of the feedback that you've heard from your clients in terms of how are their lives better because they had your services?
I think the one thing that stands out all the time is I make the complex simple.
Oh,
I make the complex simple.
a girl after my own heart.
I hear that so often. And, it's just allowing folks the ability to know that they have the power within themselves to take care of themselves, to heal, and really just kind of setting direction, because everyone heals their own selves,
right.
But giving them the direction and the tools that it's going to take, and really holding them accountable.
Right. To what it is that they say they want.
Yes, absolutely.
You've said some really great things. I almost feel like this is an unfair question and that I'm being greedy, but if I could be greedy and ask for one more piece of advice that you would give to help your clients or to help people in general have a breakthrough and thrive in this business world or thrive in this social economic world, what would be your best piece of advice for them to have a breakthrough in the area that you serve?
Yeah, so I think my best piece of advice as it relates to a breakthrough would be to remain anchored in your mission, but be flexible in your method. because the world continues to change all the time. It's going to ebb and it's going to flow. And if you're really solid in your why, no, the how is going to figure it out. It's going to move the way that it needs to move. So you have to be anchored in your mission.
Wow. Well, I hope y'all got something, because I think that was all for me, and everyone else got the bonus. So how can those who have fallen in love with you the way I have again, how can they find you, and so that they can learn more from you, they can have you serve them and walk them through the journey? How can they find you?
Yeah, so I am available at wellnessrevolutionary.com. You can also reach us at the sacredtrustministries.org, which is our nonprofit initiative. Okay. You will also be able to reach me on Instagram at Wellness Revolutionary or the Sacred Trust Builder.
Oh, I love it. Let me just say, you existing and focusing on what you're focused on, you're an answer to what the world needs today. Mm-hmm. And I think the more people that know about you, the better off we'll be in this new world of technology meets the human experience. So thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for allowing me to shine a spotlight on all the goodness that you bring to the world.
I love that. And I do also want to plug that I do have a book coming out called Focus: Mastering Attention in a Distracted World.
Oh,
so that
and
will
we
be
all
out
need
soon.
that. We all need that. Thank you. We can find that when we reach out to you at your address as well.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well,
Absolutely.
This is Lisa Nichols, and more from Breaking Through when we return. Appreciate you.